So where we left off in the last video was just finishing vacuuming and cleaning out the sprayer, taking out all the wood from it. This video I'm just using some pressure washer soap just to get everything soaked. There's a lot of buildup of mildew and all kinds of gunk on the boat. So first I soaped it, then I took a pressure washer to it and pressure washed everything that I could off. And then after that, I'll be using some Bright aluminum cleaner. And even after the power washing and all the soap, the boat still had a lot of buildup on it. There's this like thick green mildew stuff that was really caked on there. So I just took some Brillo pads and just went to town. A little bit of love pea, silicone grease, and elbow grease. And so this is after some power washing, some scrubbing with some Brillo pads, vacuuming up the boat. It's really starting to clean up. And these are just some after picks. And then after this, I'm going to put on some Bright and really clean that aluminum. But you can already see a lot of progress. So I'm just going to Bright the boat now. And that is this shit that I'm going to be using. And I've got my protective hoodie on, my protective shoes instead of my flip-flops. Safety first. And so what this will do, it'll help protect the aluminum in the future, help protect it from corrosion. It'll get rid of all the rust and all the gunk. I'm gonna spray it on, let it sit for about 15 minutes or so, and then wash it off with a bunch of water, because it's an acid and you don't want that sitting on your aluminum. So giddy up. Let's go. So it comes in this handy dandy container with this extra long spigot. We're just going to spray in the areas that have any sort of rust, discoloration, oxidization, really just everywhere. Let it sit for about 15 minutes. And then we're going to rinse it off. Do a little bit of scrubbing. Just let that soak. Costco safety gloves, baby. Alrighty, so it's been sitting for about 10 minutes. You can already see the aluminum starting to brighten up quite a bit. Inside too. I'm just gonna get in there and scrub. And you can see the Bright's already taken away a lot of the rust, all that down there is just leaching into the Alumabrite. I'm gonna go in there and scrub that bar out. You're already looking a lot brighter. And the sides are looking pretty clean, boy. This is just part of the internal structure that I'm gonna replace, but do that side. And should clean right up, hopefully. Oh, that's nothing. So right where that last clip ended off, I actually got a little bit of Alumabrite in my eye. Had to stop filming, run inside, hop in the shower, and flush my eye for about 15-20 minutes. So every shot after that, safety glasses. And so this part of the video, I'm just taking out some rivets for the sides. There's a little cap piece with the transom, so I can pull the transom out. So I'm just gonna drill everything out and pull the top off and get that rotten transom out. Alrighty, got the caps off. Just gonna store them in there for now. They're in pretty decent shape. Clean it up. Next, gonna take off our the trailer bolts. Already got one off. Looks like double screwed bits, and this thing should pull off once I get the rest of those off. I think they use just some zinc or some steel washers or something, because those are junk, chrome plated. So I'm just gonna get maybe aluminum cleats welded up or something and use that in place. Same thing for the toe hook up front, but that Alumabrite sure worked really good. Boat's really nice and cleaned up. Rinsed it really good last night, then it rained all night. It's not good to do that on the boat. Gotta rinse it off good after, but does a good job of cleaning the aluminum, and definitely wear eye protection. Eye's totally fine, but I did flush it out for like 20 minutes in the shower, so. Now that's off. Got all these rivets off here, so now I'm just gonna see if I can pry this off. Careful when you're taking it off, because you can see I didn't pry it all the way off first. Split the aluminum. It's a little bit bent, but you can reshape that and maybe I'll just get that welded there, because this is actually maybe an 8th. No, not an 8th, maybe a 16th. Might be, I don't know. And there's the transom. Looks like just a bunch of salt buildup there. And water. It's not the worst, but it's it's definitely rotten. Pieces are just ripping out. I was trying to dig it out. You can see there the top of it. Probably could have just stuck some 2x4s in the motor mounts or something like that, but use these old concrete screws, drill them all the way in, and use the crowbar to jack it up, and it actually came in not too bad. And then just wash that out. And there, it's kind of weird. It's like a half transom almost. You can see here, the wood ends right here, and then it's just that 1/16 with the loom to the floor, and this piece right here to sort of strengthen it, and then this bolts into the wood of the transom. So that's the boat. Don't laugh, but this is for the YouTube video. So here's the new transom. I'm just gonna grind off all the edges here, fiberglassed it with polyester resin and just some fiberglass mat. Just got this off Amazon. Not cheap, but seems to have worked pretty good. 2 pieces of 3/4 inch ply, and that will be the new transom. And that was there before were 2 pieces of 3/4 inch wood, not glassed, not epoxied, and covered in salt. So that's gonna be going sandwiched right in there. Let's get her in. So here's the finished project. It's gonna dry. Just redid all the edges after I ground everything off, made sure there's a lot of resin all over the sides. It's got a thick coat all over it. So hopefully that stays watertight. Not perfect, first time ever doing any fiberglassing, but that hopefully will last more than bare wood sandwiched together with nothing, which lasted quite a while. So let's get it. Yeah. How much did you have in the bilge? Good enough for now. Got a bit of a wood floor in. Not riveted down or epoxy, just good enough for this weekend. Load her up with wood. Transom's fiberglass, but not drilled in yet, so just clamped down with wood bits. Got her firewood, dog food, chainsaws. Let's go. Couple of clamp spots, a little bit of epoxy there. Let's get that transom nice and in there, boy. Woo! And just heading to load up the sailboat in Porpoise Harbor with all the gear. Just a shot of the transom and the wood clamps holding it together. And here's just another picture of the sailboat or the skiff loaded up. And then here we are just towing it to Lawson Harbor where our cabin is. All right, Nick, something interesting for you two, bud.
Oh, heading out to Lawson Harbor to
see what's there and check on the boat that's being built.
Smoke grass, kick ass. Woo!
And just ran into some humpback whales on the way over in Chatham Sound. Kitty's taking a picture, and then there's Katie and our pup Lola. And then here's our other pup, Dave. Dave's a rockin' Irish setter. And then here's another pic of the sweet mutt. And then we just loaded up the sailboat after the first night of the cabin, heading over to Una River in the morning, very foggy North Coast morning, and just going to check the progress on the boat that we're getting welded for us by my buddy Leo at Hecate Marine. And here I am, just my buddy Leo's shop in Una River. He's welding up a 25-foot Quetzino Sound designed by Bruce Cope. It's going to have an 8-foot pilot house on it, and this is going to be the new boat that takes us in the crossing to our cabin. It's a pretty rough stretch of Chatham Sound, where you have the Skeena River coming out, and you've got swell coming in from the Hecate, and you've got tides and wind and current, so we really need a boat that's going to be really sturdy and safe. So this is a really wide beam, very deep transom sides, very good dead rise. And so this is something that should be safe for all of us, and it's going to get powered with twin Yamaha 150s. So it can be very good. Here's a shot of our cabin. Well, you can kind of see the cabin in there actually, but. And then here's taking the skiff back. Here I'm just passing Kitson Island on our left there, and then on the right, or at the starboard side, a little bit of Smith Island too. So all in all, it was an excellent weekend. The Spray Raider 2 performed excellent, even though the transom isn't completely finished. It's a very nice weekend at the cabin. I'll do a full video of the cabin at some other point. Lots of work happening there. We were really fixing up an abandoned cabin on the north coast of BC. Last shots of the Spray Raider in our little harbor right before we're packing it and then heading back home to Port Ed. Anyways, hope you liked it.